I started working at the King's College basically as a laboratory instructor, chemistry laboratory instructor, and a general laboratory coordinator. So I was responsible for making sure that all the labs, biology and chemistry labs, as well as physics labs, had the equipment that they needed, the resources that they needed, and then I was doing instruction for the first-year chemistry labs. But it was a year before I was fired.
Yeah.
And the president of the college asked me to confirm whether or not I was gay. He says, I don't really want to know anything else. I just want to know, are you or are you not gay? And then I said, yes, I'm gay. So they struck a committee in the Board of Governors, and they took their time. I never really knew what was going on there, but they were supposed to come up with some sort of policy about what this, and figure out what to do with me. On my birthday, on the 22nd of January, so a week before I was fired, I was actually told that I was going to be asked to resign. Please, in fact, I was asked to resign. I was not given a letter asking to it, but it's like, look, this is going to come out, we would like you to resign. It was on the 28th that I was given a letter. I was called into the president's office on that Monday morning, the first thing, and given a letter, and it was basically a letter for me to sign, giving my resignation. And I was told if I did not resign, then my employment was terminated as of noon that day. The next step was going to be going to the Human Rights Commission and filing or attempting to file a complaint. The people at the Human Rights Commission were very kind, and they were supportive all along. But I did go in, and I said I wanted to file a complaint. She basically told me, well, there's nothing here that we can do. We've been instructed by the government that we cannot proceed on sexual orientation cases. And it's clear that that's what this is. It's not a gender identity issue. It's not there's no other issue here. Which was true. The King's College made it very clear in their letter. They were very clear that this was because I was gay. They were not at all timid in saying why I was being fired.
So how did that make you feel?
I wanted them to go to bat for me, and I kept trying to convince them that maybe there was another way that we could do this. On the other hand, I knew that would, See, I knew that would bring forward a court case, that our next step would be a court case, and that could be a good thing, because a court case is much more decisive in a lot of ways and can be much broader. Whereas this one complaint could be just me, and what sort of precedence does it set? Well, it sets a little bit, but not necessarily as much as a court case could. I think a lot of what I was involved with was the public face of things, sort of trying to win the public over as opposed to the courts over. Which probably was an important part of it. You need a favorable public to have a favorable court in many ways. What I often tell people is that this was a period of my life that was one of the most difficult, but not only most difficult, was something that I did not want to be going through. And yet, I have to say it was also the best thing that has ever happened to me.